All right, guys, this is a kind of crazy one. How to create generational wealth. So, when you die, you want to leave something for your kids. And usually, if you leave something to your kids, Uncle Sam is going to have a death tax or inheritance tax, whatever you want to call it. Tax is just theft. That's all it is. Uncle Sam didn't do shit to earn it, so he's just stealing it from you and yours. He's taking food off your family's table. Fuck Uncle Sam. Anyways, the first thing you have to do to create generational wealth is you have to make money and create assets enough for your entire life and more. So it's not just good enough. I mean, like, if you just have enough to get you to the very second that you die, what do you have to pass on? You don't have anything. So you need to create more, and you need to actually think like, well, how much do I need to create? How much money do I need? Well, how much would it take for your house to be paid off? Cars paid off? How much money do you need to live the rest of your life? How much money do you need to pay for your kids' college? How much do you need for, your kids to have a house, all this stuff. Whatever it is, just write it down and figure out, okay, and have a number. Oh, I need $10 million. I don't know, whatever it is, $100 million. You need to just kind of sit there and think like, okay, well, how much do I need? And I usually go based off me, my kids, my grandkids, because the likelihood that I'm going to be alive to have great grandkids is probably pretty slim. So I don't worry about that far down the line. And I'll get back to, buying my kids' house and having money for them and everything. I have rules set in place because a lot of times you give kids money and stuff like that, they become spoiled little brats with silver spoons in their mouths and stuff like that. There's a way to fix that. So, all right. So once you have that $10 million or whatever you have, create an estate plan or a will. You have a will within an estate plan, but you also have power of attorney and, power of medical, I forgot what it's called now. Power of medical authority. I don't know. I forget what it's called. But anyway, your estate plan is basically going to dictate, what all bank accounts, savings, investments, loans, credit cards, real estate, businesses you own, everything you own, assets and liabilities, you list them down. And then you figure out, okay, who gets what and how much and all that kind of stuff. So that's your estate plan. Now you're going to put it in, say, the estate of Ryan Nichols, right? So that way it's not going to my kids specifically, it's staying in that estate. And the government doesn't tax the estate, they tax people. Well, if, your kids are the beneficiary of the estate, then they won't get taxed on that. And that's how you create generational wealth. They're not going to get that 40% death tax. But the next thing you need to do is make your kids tough, smart, and rich. The same way I make all these videos and I talk about how every day we're trying to be stronger, smarter, richer. Same thing with our kids. We're trying to make them stronger, smarter, and richer. Because if you create kids who are weak, stupid, and poor, right? They're going to have a hard life. There's an old saying that hard times create tough men. Tough men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. And then the cycle starts all over again. So, you want to make the times tough for your kids. Your times are tough. You build the generational wealth. You don't want your times to be easy so your kids end up being weak. You want their times to be tough. And I'm not saying they have to go through famine and war and disease and, illness and slavery and, all that kind of stuff. But you can make things hard on them, like make them exercise. If you make them exercise, they already have this oh, I have to be at least somewhat tough to lift these weights around. I have to be resilient to keep coming back. I have to be dedicated and disciplined to come and exercise, day after day. Demand that they make good grades. Punish your children for doing wrong. I see too many parents just letting their little shithead kids, run around tearing shit up and fucking shit up and everything, instead of spanking them or sitting their ass down and giving them a stern talking to and all that kind of stuff. Don't punish them. Let them know that there are rules in place and rules and penalties. Rules and rewards and penalties and all that stuff. So make rules to get assets. You can say, okay, well, you have to go to college and get a degree. You have to be a certain age. You have to, be a certain age. You have to make certain grades. You can't be on drugs and alcohol. Whatever it is, you can set the rules. And if they don't abide by it, guess what? You're out of that. You're out of the estate. You're out of the will. And if you saw my estate, my will, trust me, there are a laundry list of things. You ain't just getting this shit, homeboy. You gotta work for it. Have your kids around as much as possible. I know that doesn't sound like something that creates generational wealth, but when you have your kids around, my daughter's sitting right here, listen to me make these videos. That's fine, whatever. But have your kids around as much as possible. When they see you do good, they learn. When they see you do bad, they learn. So go and work hard, so they can see your hard work. They see you exercising. They see you being financially responsible, all that kind of stuff. They see you being nice to others. And so that's not building generational wealth in the idea of money. It's building wealth in mind, body, and soul, that kind of generational wealth. Teach them to be leaders and pioneers. You don't want your kid just to be working at a Walmart checkout thing. You want to teach them, go get a good degree so you can work in a brand new industry, or you're the disruptor of an industry and stuff like that. Mankind moves forward by the people who are the movers and the shakers. Everyone else just kind of follows around and just kind of, whatever. But if you teach them to be leaders and pioneers, they'll be well rewarded for it financially, but they will also have a sense of accomplishment and all, have good, self-esteem and stuff like that. So last one is, don't give it to them all at once. Don't just be like, here's the money, here's the house, I'm dead, I'm out, here you go. That is a recipe for them to become alcoholics and drug addicts and brats and pieces of shit. So don't give it to them all at once. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, subscribe, share, comment, like. Let's get to work.
Kitty cat.